It's a receiver. I'm my guy. Hey, kill. Set up, go.
Fumble Rooski.
me if he's ever thinking of a position change, he's going to try out quarterback and play just like Josh Allen and run over people all of the time. But today Davis will stick to his day job on the defensive line. And he told me you cannot make a quarterback like Josh Allen one-dimensional. But what you can do is try to keep every play in front of you on the defensive line and try to limit Josh Allen from extending plays with his legs. But Michael, we do know Josh Allen excels at that.
Do not break! That's right! And we can care of business and send these Bills back to Buffalo with a big L! Go Birds! Yeah!
Heads is the call. It is a heads. You like the ball. Which way would you like to kick?
Got the dub, baby. 10-1, 10-1, 10-1, Bird Gang. Let's go!
Just won his 12th straight game against the winning team. He does. Somewhere down there, some of the best players complexion in these games. Just an effort. What a second hand for Jalen Hurts. These fans. 10-1.
What y'all want me to say?
I look at you and I say no smile, you say no. How can you not smile after that one?
Because we just had to make it fun. That's a hell of a team we just played. As I said before, man, in this league, it's all about winning and finding ways to win. We got to continue to get better. We got to be better in the first half. I got to be better. I didn't play a great first half. That's something I have to change, but we found a way. We played team football, and we found a way to win.
Devontae, I just want to know what's going through your mind right now. Is this an instant classic, what you just played in?
Hey, man, this team, man, I'm so proud of this team, man. You know, the adversity that we fought through, coming out slow in the first half, coming down in the second half, you know, putting it together.
When the field goal comes down here in overtime and you guys are getting ready to take the field, what's said on the sideline between Jalen and you guys when you take the field?
Oh, they gave us a chance to win the game. That's all we can ask for.
You get over 100. You've been wanting to get over 100. Tell me what that feels like.
I'm just out here doing my job, man. Appreciate Jalen and the coaches putting the trust in me to let me go out here and do it.
And how big is this when you got San Francisco next week? You know how big of a game that is in the NFC.
It's real big, man, but, you know, it all comes down to us. Coming out here executing, playing better in the first half, not waiting until the second, and, you know, just putting together a complete game.
All right, go enjoy it. Get dry, maybe.
Thank you.
They said we're gonna beat y'all by 30. Got smoke. We're gonna make it easy. Let's see TV. Keep finding a way. Keep finding a way.
I knew it would be QB drop too. All that shit. Say QB drop. QB got that drop.
team, I'm sorry.
Yeah, hey, we finally blocked it. Woo! Woo! That's you.
I'm gonna sleep good tonight. You know what? Nobody asked. Thanks, Mike. Nobody ever asked me how I'm feeling. No, it was. Those are things that you'll always remember, though, right? You'll remember when we're in there late night as coaches, the conversations you have when you're tired and you just got to get the plan done. I cherish those. Yeah. That's why we coach. Like, we coach because we're still part of a team. Right. You know, we coach because I can run down the sideline after we score on a walk-off touchdown. Like, I mean, that's why this sport means so much to me and to my family. Just the special moments like that. Does the couch that I slept on this week comfortable? No. But you know what? The memories will last of this week, and I'm thankful for that.
Unbelievable, and it took everyone. Listen, like, we never know what's going to happen. Zach went down. Christian, you came in and made some great plays, right? Lane had to be down, right? And Jack, you played your ass off. Yeah. Hovey, another big return. Jalen played a great second half, all right? Josh Joe made some big plays. Guys, it took everyone, and that's why this is the greatest team sport there is. Hey, and let's congratulate VG for his 189.
Oh, Betty the Butcher, pay me my money. West Side Gun, pay me my. Hey, already got my fucking money from him. Look at him. Look at this loser. Look at you. Look at you. Nigga, give me my money. Give me my money. Give me my money. Give me my fucking money, you nut Bills fan. Boom, with you. Drove all the way down here for this, you nut ass Bills. What, nigga? Y'all know the song. Get with us. Boom, 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 boom. Fly, Eagles, fly. On the road to victory.
Hey.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. What we do? Hit them low, then we what? Hit them high, then we what? Watch them Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly. On the road to victory. Everybody, E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles, fly. Fly. Fly, the bird has left the building. Look at him. You're salty. You need hydration. You need hydration. You need hydration.
Just what's going on your mind is, Jalen strings up 5 straight completions. They're kind of getting in your range leading up to that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a broken record, but during those situations, I'm always in the net, just kind of prepping, trying to feel it out the footing, especially in a game like that. How light or how heavy I can be on my plant foot, and just trying to hit the best ball I can. And that was a bit beyond what our range was that we talked about, but we'll take it.
Jake, was the wind kind of like ribbons on top of the post, kind of
flapped in your direction. I mean,
it was kind of swirling all night. I would say at the beginning of the game that was definitely the tougher end to kick on, but as the game kind of progressed, it became more of a crosswind. So I appreciated that.
Now, did you try not to get under it too much? You know, kind of hit it
Yeah,
on the line?
I definitely needed to drive it in order to get it there. So took a little air out of it.
It looked like a line drive, so I'm actually worried about somebody getting their hands up.
Yeah, I mean, rule number one for me is I got to get it there in order to give it a chance. So I know those guys do a great job. We got one of the best units up front there, so I know they're not going to get a lot of push. So they did a great job as always and made a big play as a team.
Jay, there's a stat out there that with less than 2 minutes left in a game, with a chance to tie or win, you're 8 for 8 in your career now. What is it about that clutch, critical moment that you're able to?
Yeah, I don't have an answer for you there. I think those are kind of situations I've always thrived in. Kind of going back to high school through college, I feel like I've been put in those situations quite a bit, and yeah, for whatever reason, I really like those situations. So feel an extra boost of confidence, and like I said, we got one of the best units up front. So they do a great job. Rick threw a great ball in awful weather, and Braden did a great job too. So.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
You had previously ranked your best kicks: 1, Super Bowl; 2, 61 against the Giants; 3, 54-yarder this year in overtime, Washington; 48-yarder versus Oakland in the snow or cold; 61-yarder versus Minnesota this year.
Yeah.
Where's this one ranked?
I don't know. I think that was probably, given the conditions and everything, that was probably the toughest one I've had to hit. But I don't know. I don't think I can rank it quite yet.
There's always that school of thought where the other team calls the timeout, a nice hit or whatever. I mean, what's your feeling on that? Does that help you? Or?
I stick to the same process regardless of what they do. So my last thought on third down is I hit ball into the net. I'm running onto the field. It feels very rhythmic. So I don't know, guys, if you guys notice, but when they call a timeout, I go back to the net, hit a ball, run onto the field. Feels the same for me. So don't mind it.
The second half or the overtime, or just when you've done so consistently, meeting that moment when it presents itself to you?
I just, first off, a great team effort, a great team win. I kind of had a little reflection moment of what am I supposed to say? What do you guys want me to say? And we just continue to find ways to win. We continue to find ways to win. We play together. We've shown our resiliency day in and day out, game in and game out. We've been challenged in a number of different ways, but we always find a way, and that's something you can't really take for granted, and it's hard to quantify. Obviously, we have a ton to clean up. I have a ton to clean up. I have not executed to the level of my standard and what that is yet, and it seems to be enough. But in terms of the standard that I like to play to consistently, and I like us to play to consistently as a team, enough is never enough. And so you just want to continue to strive for more and play to that standard, But I think in those moments, you just truly never want to get too high, never get too low. And, we found a way in the end, and we made it happen.
The record with Lane Johnson in the lineup versus when he's not in the lineup is very great difference. How did you guys manage to pull it out knowing that Lane could be in?
It was another gutsy win for us, another gutsy win. Jack stepped in and played a hell of a game. Being put on the spot. And this isn't the first time that this has happened. This happened in 2021 versus the Chiefs, and he came in and played a great game as well. And so, it's being ready, having an opportunity. And I know as a competitor, Jack was ready for that opportunity after how the Jets game went, and he played a hell of a game this time around.
Jalen, on that best when there's adversity or you're trailing. You said experience is the greatest teacher this week. Is it all the experiences you've had?
I say so. It's definitely,
it's definitely been a unique journey for me. A unique journey, a very unprecedented journey, and that is something that not many can relate nor compare to. And so, I guess it kind of shows itself sometimes that it's kind of built me in different ways.
Jalen, on the walk-off touchdown, looked like DeAndre went in motion. Is that sort of something that you have to be keen of to see the defense moving towards that before?
Yeah, that reads on every play. But I just think it was a great ball play. It was a great ball play, well executed. And for us, I just, I shake my head and kind of don't know. I shake my head and I don't really know how to feel sometimes because I just want to play to the standard at all times, and I just want to, I just want to lead and play to the standard at all times. And, that's why it's kind of like, it's weird for me. But, as a team, we play together. We lean on one another, and we have each other's backs. And I think we just continue to find ways to win, in a tough league versus really great teams, really great quarterbacks, and really great defenses. So we just need to continue to get better.
Jalen, what do you mean weird? Are you balancing, the good things you did in certain situations versus maybe mistakes earlier in the game? What do you mean it's kind of weird to be in a situation?
I think weird is it's just a standard. I talk about it all the time. It's the standard, and it's in a sense manipulative to myself because winning is the only thing that matters, but the standard is pretty darn important too, and so that's what it is.
On that touchdown run, how did you know safety? When you rolled left and kept the play alive, it didn't look like there was a whole lot of room to get that ball to. What did you see?
I have to watch the film, but I saw what I saw, and we made it happen. He made a great catch. Smitty made a great catch on his. AJ made some big-time plays there, missed a couple throws to him. And Swift, again, kind of ignited us in another game, a consecutive week of igniting us and making a big run. And, we found a way. We found a way when it mattered most.
On that touchdown run, how did you know the safety was going to clear?
I didn't know. Just reacting.
Jalen, how much pride do you take in the clutch label?
That's not for me to to discern or roll with. I mean, I just truly go out there and try and play to the standard and be the best that I can be for my team. And there are times today that I feel like I didn't do that, but when it mattered most, I feel like we did a good job of doing what we need to do. We played team football, we communicated well, and that's all in the outcome of what happened. We really were on the same page when it mattered the most, and that's all you can ask for. Anything else that I'm named or people on the road with, I guess that's for them to do so.
Being steady-handed in late game situations, Jalen, is that something that you innately have, or is that something that you kind of forge over time?
I just think experience is the biggest teacher. And I think that's for y'all to decide truly.
After the game, it seemed like it was a broken play. What is it that goes through your mind when you make that throw, and when he came down with it? If you could take us through that moment.
It's just making it happen. I think it's I say the same things all the time, whether we lose or we win. However it comes out, whatever it is, I preach the same things and how there's just a true eagerness to just get better. And, in that moment, it's just in the mentality of trying to make it happen. Not trying, making it happen. That's the mentality.
he made a great catch. You know, can't tell you what I saw, break the play down or anything like that, but I have to watch the film. But, you know, we were in the mode of making it happen. And there are opportunities for us to do that all throughout the game, and we did not. But we did it when it mattered the most. And so I take away from that just learning from it and growing from it. I mean there is nothing to be satisfied about. We have to play cleaner. We have to be better. Obviously, a great win, a resilient win. But we just continue to challenge ourselves to be better, and we're eager to do so. And it takes everyone getting on the same page. What our plan of attack is, what that looks like, being efficient in whatever we call. All of those things matter. But we're finding ways to win, and I mean that's 10 games won. You know, we just want to kind of keep it rolling, but we want to keep growing. You know, we got to continue to get better.
Thanks, y'all.
Oh man, we just wanted the opportunity to go out there and end the game. And once we knew that, you know, we was gonna get a chance, we knew what we was capable of.
What changed in the second half?
I guess we just decided to go play.
What's it like watching Jake line up for that long kick in regulation?
Oh, that's money every time. No doubt in my mind.
I know some guys don't watch, some guys do. Are you watching?
I'm watching. And if you don't watch, it's because you scared of what may happen. I know it's money, so I'm gonna watch it.
You had some big catches late in that game. What is it about you that allows you to come through in those clutch moments?
I'm just doing my job. You know, coaches trust me, Jalen trusts me. You know, give me an opportunity. I'm just going out there, making the most of it.
Did you have a view on Jordan Davis chasing down Josh Allen?
Yeah, man, that's a big boy, hard fall. I know it hurt.
Just the fact that he's able to kind of stick with him on that.
Oh yeah, you see JD do that all the time at practice. You know, chasing after the quarterback and things like that. Made defense do a good job of getting to the ball. Everybody running to the ball, so I expect nothing less.
Seems like we do this every week. We talk about a big win, but like a ton of stuff to still clean up. How do you view a performance like that?
You're always grateful for the win, but we can make things a whole lot less stressful. We just come out and play in the first half.
What do you think that is that you first day last 2 weeks haven't
I honestly do not know. It just look like we just go out there slow, and then second half come, we just be ready to play football.
You guys all stick together, I imagine, right? That's probably.
Oh yeah, there's never no doubt in our mind. If we go out there, everybody knows, you know, we're gonna end up putting this together. Just keep fighting, and that's the whole thing with this team. No matter what's going on, nobody's gonna quit. Everybody's gonna always fight.
On your touchdown reception in midair, you kind of turned and took the hit the back. So did you do that on purpose so they wouldn't hit the ball, or just kind of how your body was turned?
Jalen kind of helped me out with the throw. He kind of threw me that way to protect me, so I appreciate him for that.
Devontae, you've had as a team this year and so many games like this. What does this one do? I mean, in the overtime, come back to what you guys did in the third, second, fourth quarter.
I mean, I don't think it can get no worse than this. Down with the weather conditions and things like that, going to overtime and things. Maybe it could get worse, but this is probably one of the worst ways I've seen.
You had your hands in your pockets and took a snap. You take them out when you're out.
Oh yeah, just keep your hands dry. You gotta keep your gloves dry.
Does it kind of underscore or enhance or whatever terminology you want to use the confidence level this team has had all year, regardless of situations, to be able to keep doing what you guys do? Does it enhance that, or does it underscore it? Or?
I mean, shout out to Nick. I mean, that's what he preaches to us, and everybody buys into it. And I believe a lot of the guys around here just, played a lot of football, played in a lot of big games and things like this, so everybody knows what to take.
The more you guys have been in these kind of tense situations, does it kind of increase your level of confidence when you find yourself in them again?
Oh yeah, the more you do it, the more confident you get. But I like to cut it out and just go ahead and win the right way.
You lose somebody like Lane Johnson and find out. I mean, what is that? I know it's always next man up, but it's such an important piece.
Coach Stout does a great job with those guys. We got probably 30 offensive linemen, so he have all of them prepared and ready. So it's never a doubt. If there's anybody on a position group that we're the least worried about, it's definitely the O-line.
Not a lot of Lane Johnson is laying around.
It's not, but Coach Stout, he finds a way with those guys.
It's on my way to the facility. Should eat lunch like 11:30, 12ish, around then.
And then, what goes through your head when you hear something like that?
Just time to go. You know what I mean? Like, I know we got a game to win, and no one's gonna sit there and feel sorry for me and whatnot. Just go in there and just play my hardest. And it's not gonna be perfect. But my thing is always just get better each play. Feel each play and just try to improve. And like I said, play my hardest to help the team win.
How much did it help? I mean, being in this situation before, I mean, you've obviously had to go in for Lane on other occasions. Did that kind of like settle things down for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's our job. Our job is to be ready at any time. It's no different whether it's the first play of the game or before the game or whatnot. My always mindset is to be ready because, like I said, I don't want to be the reason why we go in there and we can't execute or we can't be good on offense. and whatnot. So just go in there and, like I said, no matter when my number's called, at what position, just be ready to go.
Sorry if I asked this already. When did you find out?
I was around 11:30, 12.
And how difficult is that to find out that shortly before the game?
You know, like I said, it's my job to be ready at any time. So my thing is just, like I said, when Scout called me, my thing is like I said, they have confidence in me, and like I said, I have confidence in myself. Just go out there and execute. And like I said, I just want to go out there and play my best, and help our team win games. That's all it's about.
This is normal for all 4 quarters. That's it. And we find a way because we keep going. We're dogs. We don't stop when things are going bad. We keep going until they get good.
So there's never a point where you guys are like, it's not our day?
Oh, no, hell no. Like I said, it's a 4th quarter. Things can go bad for 3 quarters. That 4th quarter, who knows what's going to happen? That's why we continue to play ball. You never know what's going to happen. Everything not going to go our way. This is the National Football League. It's good teams out there. We played some good teams the last couple of weeks. Coming down to the wire. But week after week, we've been able to find a way because we were dogs at the end of the day.
Did you have a good view on Jordan trying to run down Josh Allen? It looked like he altered his angle a little bit.
Oh, no, I didn't even see it. I ain't even gonna lie. I know he was on the ground. Glad that he was able to walk up off his own, on his own ability and get back in the game.
You guys, they were out there for 92 plays today. Were you feeling that in the 4th and in overtime?
No, not really, man. It was a fun game. It was a competitive game. Those games where you just got to embrace it. I never felt like that. I didn't even know it was 92 plays, if I'm being honest. Because like I said, it's just about being relentless, about keep going out there and trying to make something happen.
You got another sack taken from you. How frustrating is that?
Very frustrating, especially when the QB is lobbying for it. He's lobbying for intentional grounding. He lost more yards off an intentional grounding penalty than he would have if it was a sack. Like, come on, man, it says a lot, man. We had somebody last year. They don't want us to do that. They've been trying to slow our rush down all year, and it's not working. We keep coming out at the end of the day, no matter what happens, and getting these W's. So that's all that really matters.
What does it say about you guys that, again, it's an ugly win, but you find a way to win it?
Bro, y'all asking me the same question.
I'm sorry.
Not the same. I'm just relentless, bro. It's relentless. We just relentless at the end of the day. I don't know what else to say, but we just keep going. That's all there is to it.
I know it's obvious the other side of the ball, but Jalen Hurts and his demeanor, does that rub off throughout the entire team?
I mean, of course, he QB1, leader of the team. He's a competitor, man. He's a competitor. He always keeps his composure because we know one thing about this game, man. It rewards those that keep going at the end of the day.
There were points in your touchdown catch, you obviously watching Jalen. Like, oh, now I know he needs me to go down in the end zone. He needs me to break deep. Like, kind of take me through when you know that he's going to be able to get the ball to you. That situation.
You see him rolling, scrambling out the pocket. You kind of just assess where everybody else is at, and you just find open space. And the open space happened to be in the end zone, so I went up and he saw me, and he trusted me.
Yeah. The whole time, do you kind of have a feeling of where the back of the end zone is on that play?
Yeah, like peripheral vision a little bit. Like I knew I was running out of space a little bit, so I knew I couldn't really fade back too much. But I knew I had a couple, maybe like a yard or two to spare. So, the biggest thing was just coming down with the ball.
What do you think changed for you guys in general in the second half?
Just kept moving the chains. Didn't have too many negative plays in the second half. I feel like we might have a couple third and longs, but like for the most part, third and manageables, and we were converting those third downs. So just staying on the field, not having 3 and outs and stuff like that. That was big for us.
You've obviously been on other teams, been in different situations before you've been this season. What have you picked up on from these guys that has them at 10-1 and enables you guys to win games in the manner you've won in the last couple of weeks and pretty much all season? It just seems like when you guys need to make a play, you make a play. Is that just talent, or is there something else going on?
I think it's just the understood confidence in this team and everybody's capabilities. I keep saying, like, we know we have to play better, but we also know that what we're capable of and the standard that we hold ourselves to. So, that never wavers, even if it may look a little rough at times, but that never wavers. So that's just the ultimate confidence that we have in each other and ourselves.
Now that you've been around Jalen Hurts for a while, are you still impressed by how he's able to kind of rebound from some struggles early in the game to play better today?
That's who he is. That's what he does. He's shown that over and over and over again. So, the thing I always say is, like, when somebody shows you who they are, just believe it. And I believe that's who Jalen is.
Incredible player, incredible person, means a lot to this organization. So to obviously get the win here today on such a milestone for him in his career, it means a lot to the guys that have been here for a long time. It's been fun to watch.
You know what it's like to be young and asked to play more
and more than you ever have. Your 2 defensive tackles, when Fletcher got hurt at Milltown,
Yeah.
had to play more today. And I think so too than they ever had before in the rain in this type of game. I think you have a 14 or 15 minute time of possession deficit.
Yeah.
How big were those 2 guys?
I mean, they're huge, and they've been playing well for us all year. You know, it's never ideal to have to play probably the amount of snaps that they did. They're young, so I guess that helps. Hopefully they'll be able to get back. But you know, I think you know, they've been huge for us all year, and they played great. So I think everybody in this building feels really confident that they can give us a lot of meaningful snaps.
How did Jack do under those? Again,
phenomenal.
Difficult, yeah.
Listen, you didn't really notice too many negative plays. Obviously, you know, Lane Johnson. Our success with Lane in the game and out of the game is very well documented. He's a big part of, you know, what allows us to function very, very high level. And you know, Jack, you know, found out late that he was going to have to go in there and play. And you know, I think that you know, he's played a lot of good football for us. And you know, I know things didn't go how he hoped probably for the Jets game, but goes out there today and really plays it great against a lot of really good defensive ends.
You know, obviously unfortunate circumstances before when Lane said that you find out right before the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, did that prepare the whole unit, knowing, okay, this is something we've been through before, finding out right before the game?
Well, first of all, Jack was more prepared. He had a lot more reps to tackle us. Going into the Jets game, he was really moving all over because you know, we had some extenuating circumstances that had him preparing for multiple positions. This week, he was really honing in on right tackle. So I think, you know, even though he had to play last minute, he had a lot of reps this week and spent a lot of time thinking about being prepared at right tackle, which I think you saw, you know, better technique and a lot of things done at a high level today from.
After the series, late in the fourth quarter, to see Jake come out.
Yeah.
And now that field goal, how appreciative.
Yeah, very. Yeah, no, bailed me out pretty big. Yeah.
Do you watch field goals like that? I know some guys say they watch, some guys say they don't.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I watched that one. I think we all feel pretty confident, even though it's a hard kick. And you know, Jake's been as good as anybody, especially down the stretch with some meaning behind it since he's been here. You know, Jake the Make, whatever you want to call him, he's been huge for us. And I think everybody, even though it was a tough kick, you know, was pretty confident in his ability to go out there and get it done for us.
One final touchdown. Did you expect the safety to clear there?
We did, yeah. I think, you know, I heard the play call come in, and I was curious to see if they were going to be blitzing off the edge there. And sure enough, it was, you know, it's not the easiest play to hit. You got to get to the edge quickly and try and make sure that there's a hole there. But we've run that play well against that particular defensive call before. Really opened up pretty good for us.
Were there adjustments made at the half?
Of course, yeah, the adjustments.
Significant ones.
No, I think, you know, you're always adjusting in half. You know, what are they doing formationally? What are they doing to try and stop things? I don't think anything significant was made. I think that, you know, we settled in. Obviously, I can't speak for the passing game. I can only speak for the run game. But you know, these are run plays that are in every week, and every time we get to halftime, you know, we're like, okay, what plays, you know, do we like that are kind of stable plays, and you know, what plays that are on the game plan do we like? And it didn't feel any different in that regard. I heard you ask a question, so yeah. It's a similar play. I can't say that it's the same. You know, we have. I'm trying to remember if it was the same play or not.
Dermott was showing a lot of stuff.
Well, but he wasn't really blitzing that much. You know, I think Spags is doing a lot of zero blitz and edge pressure. Dermott was showing a lot of those things and playing soft coverage behind it. As a matter of fact, that kind of some of the things early on. I think we were expecting pressure based on the presentation, and then I'm not doing that. And we don't know. I still don't know if they were checking out of it, or if because the defensive line was still doing some things that make it. You know, they're still like spiking down like there would be a pressure there. There wasn't one. So, you know, kudos to them. I mean, Sean's been doing it for a while. Jim Johnson, disciple, he's been pretty good in this league for a long time. What's that?
Your vantage point on the right tackle.
They did great. I mean, again, I'll have to go back and watch tape further, but for me, whenever a backup guy goes in, you know, are we able to still function our offense and do it at a high level? Do we have to drastically change things? And I don't think we did. I think that he went in and allowed our offense to function well. I didn't see a glaring amount of mistakes. I don't remember him having a false start. So I think he did pretty darn good, to be honest with you.
Tell us more about the halftime discussions. You and Jeff, you and Ryan.
It's always a group effort. You know, obviously, you know, me, Jeff, Roy, our assistant offensive line coach, the offensive line as a unit, we're really trying to figure out, you know, what are the runs that we like, what they're trying to get from us, you know, what are they doing out there, how are they playing, you know, what's the structure feel like, because they get the picture of it, but they don't necessarily know, how the guys are playing. And so there's a discussion between the coaches where they get to convene about everything we've talked about on the sideline. Then it comes back into a group setting, and Stout kind of lets us know, hey, we're getting this, this, and this. What do you think of this play? He might ask, and he's like, yeah, I like that. Starts playing this way, whatever, right? And then I'm assuming something similar happens in the passing game. Yeah, I think part of it's adjustments. I think part of it's settling down. Spags last game was doing a great job of something as little as stemming the front, right? And that can throw you off, especially when you have limited opportunities or drives in the first half, where all of a sudden, the guy moves or he does this, and then the second half, when they line up a certain way, you're expecting that to then happen. So it might be the same play call, but because everybody anticipates what's about to happen a little bit more, it's a higher chance of success. So I think that we're really doing a good job of communicating what's happening. I think that, and then when you kind of understand what's happening, you play quicker, anticipate better, and more efficient. In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. Yeah. I think that it's a Jalen performance. I think there aren't too many guys that I've played with. Probably nobody I've played with that's been more clutch down the stretch. If you look at, since he's, especially last year, 2-minute situations, game on the line, even in the Super Bowl, goes down, gets a touchdown right down the stretch. He's been so good in crucial situations when things have to happen. And, that's a trait not to take lightly. I think that if you look at most of the best players, that is a trait that they have to have. And, that's a big reason why we've won the last 3 weeks is his ability to, really get it done down the stretch when it matters most.
What's necessary to have that trait?
I don't know. I think there's some intangible things and kind of how he's hardwired that probably you can't teach, you can't coach. I think that he does a great job of staying pretty even keel. He's been through so much adversity in his career and is getting to this point. And I think that he's had to learn those traits and attributes of how to not let things get to him and just keep moving forward, just keep trying to next play mentality but there's something else, man. I don't know what to say, but he's got it.
Knowing that he has that, how much does that mean, do you think, to the team?
It's nice. I don't know. Yeah, you always want that trait, especially the quarterback, because there's going to be, most of these games in the league are decided by less than a touchdown, right? So if you have a guy with that mentality to be able to play well down the stretch, I think that's a big reason why we've won so many games the last 2 years.
What's different about this team than any other team you've ever been on?
Well, we close a lot of games out that we start shitty and get it going in the second half. I think that's been a trend, unfortunately. I'd like to clean up the first half and maybe not have to do that, but I think there's a lot of resolve with this team. There's a lot of I think experience and players that are confident what they can do and get it done when it matters most.
Kind of what you said, Jason, about that would be the traits that everybody's answering.
Yeah,
patience part of that.
Of course, yeah. Part of it's patience. Part of it's an intensity. You can't get too fidgety, too up. You can't just be out there with no juice whatsoever. I think he's got the sweet spot of he's a silent assassin. He's calm. He's at all times very much. He's got that level of concentration and instinctiveness in the management. I think it's hard to be. A lot of pressures on the line and a lot of things are happening. Instincts can somewhat change based on that stuff. And I think he's very good at keeping some of the things that he does well that aren't coached and then keeping that alive in these crucial moments. And I think if you look at quarterbacks that do that extremely well, they all kind of have that trait where the play's not there, so it's not happening. They know how to make something happen. And he does it about as good as anybody out there. Full starts? Yeah. It's be loud, and I think that you're trying to. They were blitzing a lot in the 2 minutes, and I was trying to direct the protections and get everything picked up. And when you do that, a lot of times it's loud and you fidgety. So I think that's one thing. Obviously, we got to clean up. So it's been a problem here before. Sometimes we have a lot of fan bases gets into the game, and unfortunately, when you're up at the line, a lot of times the snap count. Sometimes it's taken for granted, and it's kind of an afterthought. And sometimes when that gets delayed or the crowd is loud and you can't hear, you're prone to mistakes. So obviously not good.
This game wasn't your ordinary game. It was. The last 3 weeks haven't been ordinary.
I mean, we've been putting ourselves and fans and everybody else in this organization through a roller coaster of emotions. So with that walk-off touchdown, I mean, I was just crying tears of joy, man. That was I could not believe that. You know, they gave us a look to run the play. I mean, it was a beautiful play call. It was beautifully executed, and Jalen did a great job of trusting us.
How did Jack do it? I was watching because I want to see greatness because I know Jake is gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? I call him Jake the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He's arguably the second best athlete on the team. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, Jake? All right. He's the second best athlete on the team. You know, I'm first because I can beat him in basketball. He can beat me in golf. But other than that, you know, he can shoot. I can beat him in shooting. So he's the second best athlete on the team. But he's goated, man. He's one of the best kickers in the league by far, man. And I'm just saying, come on, we put the trust in Jake all the time, man. I know they got it tough, but we got Jake.
Can you explain on the last pass to Gabe, was it just a miscommunication? You thought he was going one way, he went the other? Was that what happened there?
Yeah, it's an option route. They're in zero, so we max protected it. Understanding, you know, they're coming to get me. I made a guess and I guessed wrong. Yeah. Well, we gotta refresh, get healthy for this next week, and you gotta attack the rest of the season, week by week.
Do you feel like the offense took another step in the right direction with the performance tonight?
I mean, we're just going out there. I thought our guys had a lot of great effort. You know, we just got to make one more play.
You've referenced 21 before. That game, you play in Tampa, you lose on a touchdown in overtime, but the offense found something. Do you feel like, building off last week, there was some, I won't say positives, but something building off of this?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can say that, and again, I think effort was there, execution was there. Just got to make a couple more plays, and you know, there's a couple we wish we had back. No, that's the right play.
Josh, you guys did everything you could think of, come back and battle back, play them all time and again. Just how hard is it to combat a loss like this one?
Well, I mean, make no mistake, it's a really good football team. They're defending NFC champs for a reason. They made plays tonight. They made enough to win the game.
You were able to get Gabe going, yes, play against
It'll be important. Got to find a way to win.
But on the pick, did you not see him? It looked like you just didn't see him. Is that what happened there?
Yeah, they played trap coverage. Steph did a good job of, you know, getting inside and being friendly, and the kid made a hell of a play.
Josh, not football level, but in terms of where you find yourself as a team right now, how confident are you as a group to make a push and make that playoff push?
I'm extremely confident in our guys and the men that we have in this locker room. You know, and we understand where we're at, so we gotta get things going.
You did a concerted effort, Josh, again to use your feet, again to run the ball the way we've seen you do it in the past. Can you talk about maybe how you're reincorporating that into your game and it's maybe evolving back to that a little bit?
I mean, I think the opportunity just kind of presented themselves today, and I don't think it was coming into this game thinking I'm running more or less. It just, you know, they presented themselves and we took advantage of it.
Funny wasn't that the guy made a 59-yard field goal
That
in
was
those conditions?
That was nuts. You know, obviously this is the NFL. You understand. You never think you're gonna, until there's zero time left on the clock. You don't assume you won the game, but that was a hell of a kick to be able to. And it was a line drive too. He was able to move from the hands of the defenders and was able to get that in. That was pretty amazing kick by them.
Mike, this is second or third time now you guys have given up a drive at the end to lose a game. There's a lot of new guys who are playing on defense. Is it just a matter of these guys have not been in a position where they have close stuff out, where they know how to finish that off, how to make that last play, and need to get that first one to figure it out?
No. We practiced it a lot. It doesn't matter who's in the game. We understand what the situation is of the game, and we're just unable. You know, like I said, I thought we had it before the end of the game. They had a couple penalties. They were backing up. Poe made a good play to keep them backed up, and they kicked that field goal. That was tough. And then towards the end of the game, in overtime too, same thing. Thought we got some takeaways. Didn't go our way, and they were just able to punch it in.
Where are you in terms of the number of close losses that are piling up here? The fact you've been close in so many, you could easily be 9-10 wins right now. And you're
That's
not.
the NFL. That's the NFL, man. Either on one side or the other. You know, we've been fortunate enough around here for a long time to be on the winning side. And it seems like this year every game comes down to the last 2 minutes. Offense has the ball, we have the ball, and this is the results. So, you know, it's unfortunate. Like you just said, we could have 9-10 wins right now. But that's in fantasy land, and in real life, you know, we understand what our record is. And it's the NFL, man. Been doing it for a long time, and it's tough.
You've been in a lot of locker rooms. What is it like with another one like this, with this group specifically?
You know, we understand what our record is. You know, you can't doubt that. You can't shy away from it. You know, we understand that this football team is. We definitely have a lot of upside. You know, it's crazy to say that. Just come, you know, with our record being 6-6, but like you just say, the close games that we've lost, and the games that we have lost have been by a few points. So. We just got to continue to find a way in those situational moments to find a way to get a takeaway, or, you know, if the offense has the ball, get a touchdown.
Is this bye week coming at a good time to get a reset, understanding the tall task that you have ahead to try to, you know, push through?
You know, I think the bye week you can always say it comes at a good time, just getting rest, and it's not in the first 3 games or 4 games or whatever. But this late in the season, yeah, it's definitely coming at a good time. We would like to get that win, get some momentum going into the bye, and going to KC next week. But, you know, like I just said, this is the reality. We got to live with it, got to swallow it, and find a way to correct things that we haven't been able to correct throughout the first 12 games over the bye week, and then hopefully, you know, 2 weeks when we go to KC, we can fix those.
What happened on the touchdown to ZK's fourth quarter there?
Yeah, he scramble drill. I was behind him. Look up at the quarterback, he still has the ball, and last second, you know, he gets behind me, tried to make a play on the ball, and just wasn't able to get it out.
I mean, Josh said it last play, just kind of an option route. He guessed one way, you guessed the other way. Is that basically what happened?
Yeah.
If you guys did everything you could think of to get this one, a game like this, was it hard to put in the words, the emotion of a game like this?
I mean, no. We wasn't on the same page. It's that simple. We could have won the game.
As a team, just talk about trying to, you know, rebound a game like this one, and confident, all you guys, in terms of getting this one and move it on.
I mean, we're confident. Like, we had the game. It was right there. Just, again, it was just towards the end, me and him had a miscommunication. That was a touchdown.
Can you speak to the level of frustration? I mean, you've had some really tough losses this year, right? I mean, you have to agree. There's been some really tough losses. Can you just speak to the frustration of that, having games right there and not finishing?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, we had them. You know, we was driving on the field looking good. Good Philly defense, but at the end of the day, we knew we could win on against them, and you know, we just didn't execute on the last play.
Is it option route? You say, you know, is it that simple? Is it that simple to be on the same page? I mean, you're talking about 2 guys reading a complex defense with blitzes coming. Is it that simple? Should it be that simple to be on the same page?
Yeah, it's that simple. We've been running it for 4 years. You know, so it is that simple. But you know, we just, again, you know, mistakes happen, and we both made a mistake on not being on the same page. You know.
The challenge you have with this team, the final games of the season, try and make that push. Just talk about the team's confidence level in terms of making that push and getting back to the postseason.
I mean, we're confident. Like, we know we're a good team. We showed it out there tonight. You know, I mean, we was going at it with the top dogs. You know, I feel like there is no confidence loss. It's just we gotta make the plays when the plays are supposed to be made. So, and we didn't do that tonight.
Dave, do you take anything out of it in terms of what you have been able to do offensively in the past, overall, in the past couple of weeks since the switch?
I mean, I feel like just the offense has been looking good the past 2 weeks. But I had the same confidence, whether it's whoever was calling the plays, because of the players that we had and what we can do. So don't really, I'm going to still have confidence to this day. Just how we had a loss, I'm going to have confidence. I'm still got confidence in the team for us to win. So.
How good was Josh Allen tonight, the number of plays he made out of structure and keeping drives alive?
I mean, that's what he does. That's his game. When stuff starts breaking down, he can get out of the pocket and make some plays, and he did that tonight.
Both of them. You know what? Very thankful, man, just for this, just to still be here. That win was exhausting, but man, it was worth it. And to be still here and set a record like that. First, I just want to thank the organization for sticking with me, and I'm very thankful, just for the opportunities that I get still. And so I just try to make the best of them, trying to lead these young boys so that they can carry the torch when I'm gone. But we got to win this thing before I leave.
Sideline and Jalen's got the ball to drive down and win the game. What's scrolling through your mind at that point?
Well, they always talk about Tom Brady with the drives at the end. I'm hoping Jalen start getting that name, and I'm happy that he went out there and just finished the deal. Had a game-winning drive, and keep them coming, and because we gonna need all that. Because I feel like defense always try to put them in the best position that we can, and we love putting it in his hands at the end to give us a chance, and that's one of many that he's gonna have, and so I'm very thankful to be a part of that.
That interception by Bradbury, though, that kind of got things rolling.
Got it going. I think so. I think we was just talking. We gave them two in the first half, two turnovers. The tip, interception, and the fumble between Jalen and Swift. And so the second half was just about playing clean, making sure that we get the ball on defense, and we seemed to got it at the right time. And we fought to the end because we definitely, it was hard. It was hard. We had to bow up sometimes, especially in overtime when we made them kick a field goal. And then I knew I had the confidence that Jalen would, at least put us in field goal range. But then he go out there and go win the game in the end. I mean, that's big time. So very thankful for the team, man, because that was a great team win.
You've been around for 189, so you've seen good times and bad times. What's different about this team? A lot of teams, maybe it's not their day, and they kind of don't want to say give up, but don't fight back. You guys always seem to find a way to put your finger on something.
You know what? We always talking about, don't let some of these games cost you in the end when you gotta have it, or if that's a first round bye or not. That's the difference between. I just think that this team just take it 1 week at a time. I can't wait till we have our first real, not even perfect, but just the mistakes, they gonna happen, but I think we learn from them and we just keep going. But I want to have a complete game, all three phases, offense, defense, special teams, and I know we working towards that every day. A win is a win. I love the resilient effort that we always have in these games. Nail biters, boy. Even on the sideline, I was exhausted just from all the yelling and screaming and the oohs and the boos and all that. So it's I just know that for us, man, just very thankful just with this team, because the difference is I think it's the mindset. When we out there on that field, you don't really feel nobody saying, "Oh man, Jalen threw a pick," or you don't feel all that, man. You just go take care of your job and go put us in a better position than Jalen did this drive, or the offense did this drive. Whatever it is, don't complain about it. Go do something about it. And so I think that's always the makeup of a great team. And I'm just happy that we get to show it every week. Appreciate it.
What change did you make on offense to get things going?
You know what? It couldn't have been much worse of a first half. We got to the run game really going in the second half. our guys were really doing a good job of executing in that second half, and that was an offensive explosion in the second half, right? I mean, and it had to be because they were good too. And man, I think that there was a notion that game could be high scoring going into it. Then at halftime, it was going to be a little battle, and then it got high scoring again. And so, just really excited for our guys on offense that just put their head down and just kept going, right? And that's mental toughness, right? I already know this team, this Philadelphia Eagles team, is physically tough, and you get mentally more tough throughout the year when you go through ups and downs. And man, that was a down first half, and but we have a mentally tough group as well as physically tough group that just stuck with it and kept fighting, and it turned.
With what happened in Kansas City and then to be down again and to make this comeback, did you sense a sort of confidence from your team, no matter what the situation was?
Yeah, our guys know how to win. Why do our guys know how to win? Well, part of that's a product of what we've done here the last couple years. Part of that's a product of we got some guys that are still on from the 2017 Super Bowl team. Part of that is we got a lot of guys from Georgia that win a lot, that have won a lot. We got a lot of guys from Alabama who've won a lot. And so that's something. And again, I think the most important one is that we've done it together, right? You can win at all these different places, but when you do it together and find ways to win together, nobody flinches, right? And so I just felt like that's what it was. I mean, we've been in this situation before. We got the ball to start the second half. It didn't go so well, right? Then we got to stop. Then we got being down just 10. There's a lot of football left to play, and shoot, that's why they play 60 and not 30 minutes.
Last week, how Hurts made the move towards the pass to Devontae today, the touchdown. What was his role within that you saw in him in another big moment?
Who is that? Devontae? Oh, Jalen. Yeah, just clutch in clutch moments, right? There's going to be plays that he wants back from the first half. There's going to be plays that we called that we're going to want back from the first half. But really made some big-time plays when they mattered the most, none more than he had 3 touchdown passes. I thought he hit the Devontae, read the defense perfectly and hit the ball to Devontae on the touchdown. But what an unbelievable throw and catch by OZ and Jalen on the touchdown on the scramble. I mean, my goodness, that was a good play. And so, man, he made a lot of really clutch plays in that second half. And then, the big one, obviously, at the end right there, we did a great job of blocking up front, and Jalen got himself through there for a touchdown in a clutch moment. And man, what you learn about, I don't think it's anything you learn about him, because you know that he's clutch. He's been clutch for us and clutch for this city and clutch for this team for the past 3 years now. And he just kept going and put his head down and worked and made some big time plays at the end.
When did you find out about Lane this morning, and how did that kind of change your game plan?
Yeah, this morning, obviously we found out about that, and then Brian and I were in here, did some different things with the game plan, to account for that, because obviously Lane's one of the best players in the NFL. There's no doubt in my mind that Lane Johnson is one of the best players in the world. And so, we have a ton of confidence in Jack Driscoll. And Jack Driscoll, I haven't seen the tape, but I have a feeling that he played an outstanding game because of just the way the game was going and the rush and all those different things. But when you lose Lane Johnson's special, right? He's different. And so, yeah, we found out early this morning. Lane wanted to play and wanted to go, tough it out. He just didn't feel like he could in that sense, and I know that hurt Lane, that he wanted to play badly in this game. But guys stepped up in his absence. That happened with Zach Cunningham too. Christian Ellis came in and made some big time plays. We knew that it was going to take everybody. When you're playing a team like the Bills, it's going to take everybody's contribution to win, and we got everyone's contribution, right? And some different than others that had to contribute more than they might have thought coming into this game. And I'm really happy for those guys that were able to do that.
I think a lot of what they got offensively is Josh on third down, running, avoiding pressure. What's it like watching that from the sideline? Are you screaming? Are you frustrated? Is there any part of you that's going, I can't believe that this guy's doing this?
He's special. This is a players' league. That there's players that just make plays in clutch moments, and he kept making big time plays. He's an outstanding player, and we just ended up with the ball last. Is really what ended up happening. To watch Josh Allen live was very impressive. He's a heck of a football player. Of course, it's frustrating in those scenarios, but you got to give them all the credit because we had him wrapped a couple times. We had him in an open field tackle a couple times, and he's a big, strong man who can change directions too. It was a lot of respect for that man.
How did you have to help Jack?
We obviously did a lot of our plan, looking how we were going to help him, what we could do, and starting off a little bit early in the game to do some of those things. But then he settled in and he played a really good game, and so we felt like as the game grew on, we felt like and that was our plan, and see how the game was going and see if we have to continue there. And as the game grew on, we continued to gain more and more confidence in Jack's ability to stop this rush. And I thought, again, it's hard for me to say exactly how that he played without watching the tape, but it seemed like he played a really good game. And again, big contribution by Jack Driscoll.
You mentioned not flinching prior. What's it like for you? 59-yard field goal, that weather, you got to trot Jake out there in that situation.
Nobody I'd rather have in the NFL more than Jake Elliott. To me, he's the best kicker in the NFL. He's so clutch. Right? I guess thoughts of the Washington game were in my mind, right? And we actually showed that clip yesterday. We went through the room and talked to everybody about the contribution. And I couldn't hit everybody, but I hit about 25 guys about the contribution that they're going to have to make for us to win this game. And one thing I said to Jake was, we're going to need your clutch contribution. Nobody else we'd rather have in the world than Jake Elliott kicking a field goal on that, and he was clutch. And that, but because this is the greatest team sport there is, it couldn't be done without the protection. It couldn't be done without the snap by Rick, the hold by Braden, and the kick by Jake. So I didn't watch it. I still didn't watch it. I had to get Clay and Fletch pointing at me that day he made it. But, man, he's clutch, and glad he's our kicker.
As frustrating as it was for you
right now, are you more relieved or proud of that team because your numbers were horrible for the early part of the third quarter, and then you came back, and you came back from 10 twice, and you've come back from 10 3 times in the last few games, and you did what you did at the end.
Yeah.
And you did it undermanned, vastly undermanned.
That's why they make it play 60 minutes, right? And so that's why you can't look at the numbers or anything like that. You just got to keep putting your head down and fighting, and our guys did that. And that really just shows the mental toughness of our guys. I'm happy. Right, I'm happy, and I'm glad that we can learn from this. I think that's my emotion that I have. I'm extremely happy that we found a way to win this football game. I'm extremely happy that the corrections will be made after a win than after a loss, right? And because there's going to be corrections that have to be made, and that's what we do here. We make our corrections. We hold each other accountable, starting with myself, and then with our leaders, and it just, that's contagious. The accountability is contagious, and that's how you get better. And so we got to get better from this, but happy is the emotion that I have right now.
Last one. As frustrating as it was to see Josh Allen run around doing all the things he was doing, how comforting was it for you that you got your guys to do pretty much the same thing?
Yeah, Jalen made some big-time plays with his feet today on some scrambles. I think, you can see that he's feeling pretty good, right? And that he just made some big-time plays. When the pass game wasn't going well, somehow he found a way to make plays. And so, you could see him have that acceleration that we're all used to seeing. We could see it, the ability to change direction, the power when he makes a cut. You saw all that. And again, like I said, Jalen, had a great second half. He had a great second half. And Josh Allen was, as frustrating as it may have been, he still made a lot of plays. It was something to watch. And I got a lot of respect for him and the plays they made.
All right.
You got one, Sal? You sure?
All right. Do it.
All right, obviously a hard-fought game. Game went back and forth. I thought our guys played hard. Had some opportunities to win it, and at the end of the day, they made more plays than we did. With that, I'll turn it over to you with your questions.
The decision to kick the field goal in overtime, 4-6, was there any thought of going for the win and trying to just win it right there on
Yeah,
offense?
there was. If we had gotten to, 4th and 2, 4th and 3, possibly, we had talked about that, going for it, going for the win for sure.
What was your reasoning behind kneeling at the end of the game?
Yeah, I mean, just, I thought about it. I thought about going for it just with their pass rushers and, in 20 seconds, I just wanted to make sure. Really, I was trying to end the game a couple plays before, using the timeout on 3rd down. We had them at, I think it was the plus 41, trying to make sure we had the right defense there to make it a tough field goal, which it was, and emptied out the next one to try and, hey, it's in the rain, make the kicker think about it a little bit, and he made a 59-yard field goal. Great play by him, and then we're left with one right there, and so we went to overtime, got the ball, and had a chance to win it, and at the end of the day, didn't.
Do you think you should have kept one of those? Like, I understand, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, so believe me, it's gone through my mind more than once. So when you get the result you're always looking back and saying, hey, yeah, maybe kept one of those, and so that's the life we live.
If you could play much better defensively and you guys did in that first half, what, from your perspective, changed after halftime?
Yeah, in the second half, they hit a couple runs. They went to the run game more, Mike there, and hit a couple runs, and then it became a two-dimensional type of game again with their running game, the RPOs, and then Hurts made a number of plays with his feet, more so in the second half than he did in the first half. So I thought we were rushing well in the first half and playing good rushing coverage, and they had their tackle down as well in the game, going into the game, and so I felt like our front was getting after him a little bit there, and then in the second half he got out a few times and was giving us some trouble with his feet.
Sean, I know these are always tricky questions, but your evaluation of the officiating.
Yeah, I'm not going there. I appreciate the question, Tim, but I can't go there.
With the 4 for 4 in the red zone,
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm assuming you don't think that's going to be done defensively.
No, I mean, I thought our 3rd down defense was good, but our red zone wasn't good enough. Tried to hit a 0 blitz there at the end just to, and he popped the quarterback run, and so they had to. I mean, he was making plays with his feet, so you're trying to do everything you can to add to the rush lanes, and he popped the run. So.
What do you make of the performance of the offense, and maybe in the broader context of 2 weeks now with Joe?
Yeah, I thought we moved the ball well. 500 yards. I think that says a lot about the direction we're headed on offense. I do think we had some opportunities to come up with more, and so just as an overall team, I think that's the kind of the general sentiment coming out of the game is, whether it's special teams, opportunity, there's opportunities there, opportunities offensively, opportunities defensively, and so those are the ones you want back. I know the players want some of that back. I want some of it back. The coaches do as well. So against a good football team, came in here and played well. We just got to continue to work on finding plays, right? Finding plays down the stretch, and obviously not enough.
When you go on the road, score 34 against Philly, I mean, everybody knows how good they are on both sides of the ball. Does it feel a little bit from a complimentary perspective, the defense let the offense down a little bit in this spot?
Well, that's where I look first, right? I look at myself first, and I look at the defense right after that, and in the second half, we didn't do enough to win the game. And so if you come out and you're able to shut them down in the second half like we did in the first half, then yeah. But again, I think it's a team game, and so you have opportunities across the board, offensively, defensively, and special teams. But that's where I start with myself and the defense.
John, what was the explanation they gave you for the intentional ground?
They said that Gabe was not in the area. Is that the one you're referring to? Yeah. From the information I got, Gabe was in the area. So that's what I go by.
On the shot at the end zone. Sorry.
What did you see out of Gabe in general tonight?
Yeah, I thought he made some big-time catches for us. I thought quite a few of the guys did. You know, Josh moved the ball around a little bit there, and I thought Josh stood in the pocket well. And again, that's a good pass rushing defense.
On the shot at the end zone there to Gabe, was that he just turned the wrong way? Like, what happens there?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of miscommunication there, and had him open, and that's what I'm saying. That's one right there, where opportunity to win the game, put it away, and they made the plays that were there to be made, and we didn't. But we go back and learn from this, and we move forward.
What's the assessment of your place kicking lately?
Well, I think T. Bass has done some really good things. You know, we have a lot of confidence in T. Bass. Obviously, he made some kicks tonight, and he wants two of those back, I'm sure. Those are some of the opportunities I was referring to overall as a team. But it never comes down to one person or one play.
I know you didn't want to touch too much on the officiating, but when you do go on the road, having as many penalties as you guys had today, from assessing that, I mean, how big of a problem was that in this game?
I mean, we'll look at them. I mean, I know one. I can just tell you one. I saw the replay. Our hands were outside the framework on one of the holds that got called. So I'm not going to get into how many we had, how many they had, or whether the calls were there or not. At the end of the day, you got to take the officials out of it. That's what you got to do with your level of play.
I know at the end of the day, winning and losing is all that really matters. But listening to one of the Eagles' defensive players after the game on the field doing an interview, he was like, Josh Allen's an MVP kind of quarterback. Have you seen that the last couple of weeks? Have you seen that switch a little bit?
Right. No, yeah, for sure. His level of play has risen over the last 2 weeks, and I think that's really the biggest thing. When your quarterback is playing well, you got a chance. And the inconsistency leading up to the last 2 weeks were why I made the decision. One of the reasons why I made the decision that I did to move forward here. So, but the last 2 weeks, Josh Allen's level of play has been good enough for us to win.
We all know no moral victory, Sean, but I mean, is that something you feel like you can take, and maybe some other things? What do you take into the bye with you in your message to them as you look toward a week off and then the tough stretch that lies ahead?
Yeah, I mean, there are no moral victories. I am encouraged by the direction of our offense the last 2 weeks, and so I think holistically as a team, we've got to assess where we're at, go and do some self-scout this week, and get ourselves ready for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Sean, you had last month, one of the things in the locker room that was thrown around was gut punch. And as you head into a bye after another loss, and I know they're all tough losses, how do you keep the guys up?
Yeah, you stand up. I mean, this is the league we're in, right? We came in here, we fought our asses off. We didn't make enough. We didn't do enough. Make enough plays, do enough on the coaching end, and at the end of the day, there's a tough group of guys in that locker room, right? So tough group of coaches, and we're a good football team, and we just came out on the short end here. So there are no moral victories. Each and every one of us have to look at ourselves, and like I told you, that starts with me, and that's what you do. That's what the best do, and I know our football team's a darn good football team. Thanks, guys.
Can y'all feel that? Can you feel what's about to happen on this field, man? Can you feel what we're about to get into? They don't respect us. They don't know about our heart, man. That thing that's beating in your doggone chest right now. Whatever you got today,